All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Weekly Impact Weather Briefing. Hope everybody had a great weekend. My name's Kathleen, and I will be running the briefing this morning. Let's take a quick broad look at this week's weather pattern. We're expecting it to be wet, and it will be wet through at least the end of the week. Thursday looks to be probably the wettest day. And then we could have some drying later in the week. You see this image on the bottom here. It looks like we've got a cold front passage. So if that indeed does come to fruition, we could see a relatively dry period over the weekend. So we'll wait and see what happens there. But more of the same expected as far as the rainfall goes. As for the SPC outlook, you can see that we are in just a general thunder for the next few days. And that's probably going to be the case through the end of the week. Just so, any kind of forcing mechanism, whether it be a sea breeze or, an outflow boundary, could generate some showers and possible thunderstorms, but we're not expecting anything severe at this time. A quick look at what we've got as far as rainfall the past 7 days and the impacts on the rivers. You can see here the coastal areas got quite a bit more rainfall, upwards of 4 to 5 inches. Southern Sampson County is the only county in our area that's down here that got close to 2 inches. Everywhere else, these little pockets in here are from overnight and this morning, so relatively dry when you compare it to what we were expecting and what they got along the coast. As for the rivers, we'll see a little bit of a uptick on the Neuse River, particularly at Smithfield, but they are expected to remain below minor flooding at this time for the forecast period. We have 2 forecast points up along the Roanoke River up in this region that are still in minor flood, and they have been in minor flood for the last several days, and so that's just kind of status quo at this point. So when they stop doing the releases or when the rain recedes, then those will drop back below minor flood. And for the next 7 days, again, chances for rainfall every day, possibly a brief lull Saturday and into Sunday, but overall we are expecting quite a bit of rain for the next 7 days. And what everybody's probably been focused on the last couple of days is subtropical storm Alberto. This was the last briefing that they issued on it. This was at 5 o'clock in the morning, and so they aren't expecting to issue any more advisories on Alberto. He's currently down over the kind of Georgia, Alabama, down in that general region. And over the next few days, he's going to slowly kind of drift off to the north and become absorbed in a northern stream trough that's going to move eastward through New England and then dig south again into central North Carolina. So we may be seeing impacts from the remnants of Alberto as it's incorporated in with another weather system. But Alberto itself is pretty much on its way out. And this image here is from about 45 minutes or so ago, and you can see Alberto here over Alabama, and he's expected to drift off to the north into Kentucky and Indiana, and then into Ohio out that way. So we do have some rain lingering over our area, which I'm sure most people have at least experienced some of that today. We do still have a influx of moisture and showers in between Myrtle Beach and Wilmington that'll kind of keep moving up towards the Triangle and Virginia. And for the Climate Prediction Center, forecast outlook for the next 8 to 14 days, it's kind of status quo again. We'll see, above normal chances for precip, and then subsequently below normal temperatures. Normals for this time of year for highs are in the upper 80s to low 90s, and so we'll be slightly below that most of that time. And then just to summarize, again, today, given that it's cloudy and we've got showers around, highs only about 82. Overnight lows are going to continue to be quite muggy until we get into the weekend. And if we do get that frontal passage, or at least the 850 millibar trough passes through, we should see some kind of drying over the weekend, and so it might not be quite as humid on Saturday and Sunday, but it will be upwards of 90 degrees towards the end of the week, and overnight lows are going to remain in the 70s, at least for the Raleigh area. It may be a little bit lower in the Triad and a little bit higher down in Fayetteville, but Raleigh gives a good middle point. And with that, I will open it up to any questions. I'll pause here while you gather your thoughts. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions from anybody, so if you think of something later on, please email me. I'll be sending out an email with the PDF of this document as well as a link to the presentation on YouTube. So everybody go about and have a great week, and we will see you again next Monday.